life.
Need a boost today? How about $50 on us? Just open a Westpac everyday account, make a purchase.
sections of the orchestra, as heard from those positions. Now, when played back simultaneously on two separate systems, the sounds are blended together to achieve a new dimension in sound, impossible to obtain in a monaural recording.
All right. Welcome. We are in for a good one today, ladies and gentlemen. We have Division 1 Group C, Perifani versus Bogdan Prime. Now, these two teams are still in the runnings for a spot in the playoffs if a miracle run happens for either of them. Currently sitting at 5th and 6th, looking to pick up a couple much needed wins. We've got the battlers from Bogdan Prime, Elliot Sutton and his merry men look to secure their first series win against Perifani. We got Kato in the mid lane, Kami ADC, Existence in the bot lane, Gero in jungle, NHG Stoner in the top lane, and for Bogdan Prime going from the top, I Can't Move filling in for today. He is becoming a little bit of a mainstay in this team and making sure that his presence is shown in the top lane. Spanx in the jungle, Spleeve coming in the mid lane, Elliot Sutton, our big man in the ADC, the guy who is the linchpin and the carry of this team. And then Adam will be in support, or potentially someone else. I haven't been updated on any. Nope, we have got Kumgus Khan in the bot lane. Let me change that one around for everyone. Today I'm joined by a very special new caster we've got on board. Introduce yourself, mate. One second, mate. I'm so sorry. I think something is... Let me see where the Discord is. Discord for some reason is not picking up. Let's have a little quick test. Sorry, I should test this before. Say something for me, mate. Give me a test. Yeah, it's not coming in on the stream. Let me just try and work this one out real quick. It was working last week. Sorry about the delay. I'm not casting by myself again. I wouldn't put everyone through that. We are just working through the mic. Let me quickly test and see. But yeah, as I said, the lobby is filling out with the teams, and we will be having, as we see this matchup, as you see on the screen, with Group C, we got Bogdan Prime versus Perifani. Give me a test if you can.
Testing.
Oh, I think that's working now. Sweet.
Hey,
Sweet.
beautiful.
Oh yeah, run us on your introduction again, mate. Just
yeah,
so all
no
the people,
worries.
The stream has filled out a little bit more, so you will be talking to a few more people. So run us in on the intro.
Thank you very much, Grunky. Caster Kwan here. Excited to get stuck in. Never casted anything before, so I'm really keen to give something new a bit of a crack. Looks like it's going to be a fun one. Start of a miracle run, potentially, for one of these two teams. So, yeah, it should be good. Looking forward to getting into it.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. And so you're based out of Australia, I'm guessing?
Yeah, I'm based in Sydney, Australia.
Awesome. So nice 8 p.m. sort of start for you. That'll be good.
Yeah.
Nice little introduction. This will be a nice introduction to the league as well. We got two teams who aren't afraid to throw down and have a couple team fights early game, pressure early game and stuff. As I was sort of saying, the team Bogdan Prime sort of runs through this bot lane with Elliot Sutton. Can have a little bit of he is a support main, but once on the ADC role, I think he's got a couple good picks. Look out for the Jhin. His Jhin is very potent, but otherwise
Excellent.
he runs some nice mage bot laners like the Brand,
I
the
see.
Flay, and all that kind of stuff. So it does give a little bit of leeway. Spleeve also known for their mid lane Katarina, which can be either an asset or something to be exploited. So look out for that.
Oh, bit of a cat evolved situation in the mid lane, huh?
I think so. But definitely on paper, the weaker team out of these two units, these team units. But once you're on the rift, the only thing that matters is whoever has the tempo vibes.
Indeed. Grunky, what's the matchup to look out for here? What's the matchup that you're looking forward to seeing in this game?
Oh, I mean, as I was saying before, Elliot Sutton is the power player on this, and so it will be pretty much on them to snowball some leads in the bot lane. I think I Can't Move.
Right.
We'll definitely have to have some... skill for skill, probably won't be able to beat Gero in the jungle, but I'm hoping that he can have some creative pathing, which enables him to get into this bot lane and push some leads ahead. Secure these dragons. Stacking up these dragons is going to be a huge thing. And just having the tempo, it's sort of make or break. If they do lose this series, unfortunately, they will be out of playoff contention. So just play loose, fast and loose, and at the end of the day, if you don't pick up the win in this series, you'll have a good time, you'll learn some new things, and then going into the end of the season, you can sort of think about more what you need to work on, maybe sort of get some scrims in there, and then come split 2 of the OBL, if there needs to be any roster changes, anything like that, they can sort of pinpoint those moves managerially. Otherwise, they know what they need to practice. If they need to run some more solo queue to get the micro skill up, or if they just need to, run some more scrims, get that macro up, make sure they're on the map in the right place, the right time, and they're team fighting correctly. But yeah, I do know on the side of Perifani, Kato is a very strong player. I originally knew them for their ADC work, but they will be in the mid lane for the series.
I see. Alrighty. Have they played in the bot lane in previous series in the group so far?
No, I just know them for doing that in the old solo queue.
Oh, right. I see. Excellent. Alrighty. Well, we'll see if we can bring some of those ADC mechanics to the mid lane, huh?
Yeah. Hopefully soon we will be entering the draft, and we'll see how this one plays out. And then we can also see what kind of picks are happening. Because, I think it definitely is pretty crucial that that the side of Bogdan Prime gets a really strong bot lane for Elliot Sutton. Probably the Jhin, I would suggest, being like... it's on disk switch. Alright, so we'll open this up in another tab.
One of their priority picks to get that through the draft.
Oh, and we are actually into draft. Unfortunately, I was missing that out. So let me quickly jump over to the draft screen and get everybody up to date so we can see what is going on. So, starting off the picks, we've got the Pyke early pick, the Kai'Sa, and then the Katarina. So, a lot of cheesy all in here. And to counter that, Alessandra, Leona, and Malphite. So, a lot of CC being picked up to get in the way of that Katarina. I feel like just because, you are a Katarina main doesn't mean you can blind pick it. And it looks like they might have just blind picked that and been dealt Leona as an answer.
Grunky, I'm not sure if I'm seeing the right screen or not, but I think I'm seeing the previous screen with all the team lineup on it rather than the draft. There we go.
Yeah, that's all good.
Beauty. I'm interested to see that the Jhin was let through the ban phase and hasn't been picked up. Maybe waiting for game 2 or game 3 potentially.
Yeah, there's definitely. I mean, it looks like they want to try and get him having a little bit more sort of ability to self-peel, that the Ultra Instinct, or whatever, I can't remember the guy's name is. Just gives a little bit of self-peel, and it looks like they're pairing that up with the Shen. So it's a lot of a lot of sort of skirmishing power coming up from Bogdan Prime, you know. The Briar's going to be looking for those 1v1s in the jungle, going to be looking for some invades. The Gwen, a nice pick up into that, just someone who can face chank that, do a lot of true damage, and sort of ramp up the stacking Conqueror. But yeah, looks like these team comps have rounded out, and a very nice team fight comp for Perifani, yeah.
Yeah. Pivoted away from the Gwen and decided to lock in the Wukong last minute. Sounds like it'll be a Wukong top with Malphite in the jungle, but perhaps, or maybe the other way around. Guess we will see once they finish the swaps and get in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, even just looking over this a little bit more, yeah, so I mean, not too much damage being drafted on the side of Perifani. You know, there is the Ezreal, which is a bit more of a low damage ADC, but the side of Bogdan mostly is pretty squishy. Unless this Briar does snowball a little bit, I don't see this Bogdan Prime side being able to do too much in a team fight situation, you know, like the Ezreal can easily get away from the Katarina, can easily get away from the Pyke. Potentially, we've got the E and the Flash, and I don't know if they're going to have the damage to get this Malphite out of there. So we'll see, but a couple proactive Shen ults can really turn the tide of this game.
That is true. We'll have to wait and see, and who knows, it might be a feast or famine Katarina. If she gets a couple of early kills, it might be game on.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a rough laning phase against this Lissandra. Not as rough as, you know, like a more of a brutal counter pick like a Renekton or something like that. But, you know, it is what it is.
Indeed it is.
And the Leona is going to be really nice, especially into this Pyke. Going to be able to... just one sec, the lobby just crashed. Is going to be able to get good stuns down in that melee range. Ezreal typically pairing up with the Leona quite well as well in the bot lane.
Alrighty, so overall, you're preferring Perifani's team comp into Bogdan Prime?
Yeah, I think the Briar could be a difference maker if it was potentially piloted by a little bit more of an imposing player. They would be feeling really good about this Briar pick, you know, get really durable, and just live through everything, because the damage is quite low on the side, but, you know, the Perifani team, they know exactly what they want. They want to fight for every objective. They've got really big ults. So post 6, Bogdan Prime is going to be getting slapped around most likely. They do have a nice layout of damage threats, you know, like the Shen can do some good percentage damage, and can do some good auto attack damage, and it is pretty short range, you know, Malphite, Lissandra, Leona, Wukong, all very short range champions, so they can get good value out of the Shen here, but ultimately, you're not even going to really want to take team fights unless the Malphite ult gets whiffed, the Lissandra ult gets whiffed. Yeah, I think Elliot Sutton has the work cut out for them because, you know, everything will be getting blown on them pretty much every single fight.
Mm-hmm. That is true. Might be worth Leona investing in a maybe second item Mikhail's or something like that, just in case, just to give him a bit more safety. But I guess we'll wait and see what they prioritize and see how the lane goes.
Yeah, so we do have the spectator delay. It will be about 2 minutes 40 till we get into game, but that's all good. We can keep you company and walk through these picks and these comps a little bit more. I think it will be a bit of a slower start for the side of Perifani. Malphite wants 6. The Wukong will do his 2 full clears before sort of getting 6. Start looking to gank. Ezreal does have a little bit of power early with the lethal tempo stacking with his Qs. Lissandra, not too crazy in the early game. Just sort of hit your Qs and lane through the minion wave. Shove out that Katarina. Keep her under tower. Yeah, and then Briar probably will just be farming as well. Maybe look for a couple cheeky invades on the Wukong could be good. Then the Malphite Shen, it's probably going to be a pretty stale lane unless the Shen has some crazy tech. You know, the Doran's Blade start with the Ignite can get you a little bit of leeway in lane, but it's just one of those things we have to wait and find out.
Are we expecting any cheeky level 1 shenanigans? Has that been a hallmark of these two teams of the past few weeks?
Not really. Bogdan does like a little bit of swang and bang down in the bot lane at level 1 before the minions roll in. But apart from that, as we are on this new season, the minions coming in quick, you don't want to threaten too much. Another piece of tech that has popped up recently is the top laner coming down into the top side of mid lane, soaking up one minion worth of XP and then running back top. And what that does, it gives the top laner level 2 on the first wave.
I have seen that, and I've seen it go well, and I've seen it go very poorly. So it'll be interesting to see if they take this do or die match to do one of those interesting strats.
Absolutely. But yeah, if you're just tuning in with us now, this is Bogdan Prime versus Perifani from Group C, and they're both sort of looking to start the miracle run towards the knockout playoff stage. And we'll see how that all goes, and if we can get to that stage. So we've got 20 seconds before we get through the spectator delay and we jump into game. Now would be a good time for me to make sure that I've got the right sides for the in-game screens. Do not. Swap these around real quick before we get into the stream. Awesome. We were having a little bit of a talk about what champs I play, but I want to have a little know, what do you play in this game of League of Legends, mate?
Oh, I'm a bit of a vibe kind of guy. Not too traditional in terms of metas, but I mainly play support. As of last season before that, I played mid. I was an Annie mid main, as per LS's advice on learning mid lane and picking Annie. But my main support heroes are Nort, Senna, Xerath, and Braum. They're sort of my 4 main ones that I've been hanging out with recently, but I haven't had too much of an opportunity to play this season, so I'm still getting used to all of the new changes and that sort of thing. So it's been the Fey lights from a vision perspective have been very interesting, and it definitely seems like the meta has gone much further towards smashing dragons as soon as possible whenever they're up. So it'll be interesting to see some skirmishes and fist fights around that from these two teams, because like you were saying before, they are pretty prone to skirmish, the both of them.
Ooh, and they are inches within sniffing distance of each other right now. I do know that they saw the Pike just pop his head up from that bush, but we'll see if they start coming through. Oh, the ward goes down. Q gets traded, and business as usual. Top lane will probably start off pretty normal. They do know that the Briar will be starting on this top side, as he did get a cheeky ward into the Wraiths, or Raptors rather, and then also a blue ward will be finding its way into the red side bush on the Raptors as well. So both junglers starting top side will be moving to this bot lane. Nice Q goes down onto the Pike. He's got a little bit of grey health to get him back, but ultimately not a very good trade level 1.
Not sure if I'm supposed to be seeing, but I can't see what's going on at the moment. But
oh, that's unfortunate. You should.
Sorry, Grunk.
No, you're all good, mate. There you go. That should be a bit better.
Hey, there we go. Ooh, the Pike's definitely taking a little bit of damage. And
oh, the flash hook comes out.
Flash hook.
But the Israel can
Well
get away
buffered.
Pretty easy. And they're trading back onto the Pike. First blood for Notomy. Another Q goes down onto Elliot Sutton. Flash still available. The Ghost popped. Will he try and trade back? The auto camera is panning to mid as the Katarina is going in. And top lane's going in as well. We're all over the map right now, seeing every single lane is throwing down, just like we wanted to see from these two teams. And I think the Shen is going to be having a pretty good time into this Malphite early, as he does get some good shields to block the Q poke. But early trading from the Katarina not going too well. Has got the Dawn's shield, so might heal a little bit back. But, pressing W on reaction is pretty easy for the Lysandra at the moment.
Well, you weren't lying about throwing down from the start. They've certainly turned up to bang, that's for sure.
Absolutely. I think as the Pike, you really do want to at least try and snowball, you know. Oh, a nice E coming in and a nice E reaction from the Katarina. Just skipped away from that on the auto camera. Sometimes misses it. But it looks like the Malphite might be able to get a little bit of a flash trade-off. Fortunately, they just dash out and it all goes normal.
Now, I noticed the Ezreal is running the teleport, which is interesting choice for, would have thought combat summoners would have been a bit more of a priority.
Here comes the Briar, a nice little roam and a nice little pathing from Spanx. They actually knew that the Briar would be there, and it looks like they might be able to get a kill onto the Ezreal. That gold onto the Kai'Sa is going to be absolutely crucial. They pretty much knew that the Briar was going to be there. They knew where she was pathing, so a little bit greedy, I think. The fact that this Bogdan Prime team is overlooked quite a lot is going to be their real weapon in this game, you know, playing on the overconfidence of Perifani and trying to get some early sort of snowballing going.
There was a beautiful hook there right at the end just to prevent the Ezreal from leaving the trade at the end. It's got them the kill. And most importantly, that gold going over to the Kai'Sa as well. So she's going to be loving the fact that they're basically almost back to parity.
Absolutely. You know, 3 CS lead for the Kai'Sa right now. I think that is going to be their win con. The mid lane's actually going not too bad. Ultimately, this Katarina is going to be having a pretty terrible time into Lissandra, especially with the electrocute there. The big wave. I don't think the hook's going to get through that one.
I was going to say, it looked like they weren't aware that he was in there. Otherwise, I reckon Leona might have jumped straight on the Pyke, but...
Yeah, this Pyke's very squishy, still sitting at the level 3, hasn't ticked over to level 4 yet. But we'll definitely get it on this big wave here, just to see if Elliot can last hit all these creeps. I think they'll be able to, because they've got just enough AD to finish off those casters with the extra tower shot. Nice Q sort of hitting in there. Sheen completed on the Ezreal, so if you sneak a couple through here and there, you'll be able to get some good poke off. And a nice engage, the E follow up onto the Pyke. Can they get the trade? The E is down from the Ezreal, he's hopped into the bush, losing vision. Lethal tempo onto the Kai'Sa, gets 1. Is she able to get 2? I think they might be able to, unless a nice Q cancel comes through, but the passive will be procced. The flash to follow up, and Elliot Sutton is putting the game into their hands, and they're trying to run away with it.
El Capitano, Elliot Sutton, taking it upon themselves, got the double kill. Well played from the Pyke with the flash in, with the stun, and then also being able to kite out to make sure that they didn't give that kill over to either the Leona or the Ezreal. Very well played from the Pyke there.
Interesting setup as well. Not sure if it's because of reset timings or whatever, but Spleeve able to get some good leeway in this lane, catch up on a little bit of CS, and actually pressure the kill onto Kato on this Lissandra. Lissandra isn't necessarily a champ you practice a lot. Looks like Spanx has been spotted trying to get this dragon, and they might need to flash out over this wall, and that'll probably be a freebie for Gero on this Wukong. Looks like they're closing in, and a fight might be brewing around this dragon.
Here comes the fist fight. Just like you were saying, Wukong's falling low, flashes out.
They're all
Leona
very low.
is
Kai'Sa's
very
in the back
low.
line. Kai'Sa's hitting. He's getting everything. Noddy is getting 1 back though. The Katarina needs a kill here and gets 1 down. What a huge fight for Bogdan. And looks like they might get the dragon as well, very slowly.
3 for 1 and the dragon. What a turnaround from what looked like to be a dire situation there. Spanx having to flash out over the wall. But they come away with not only more kills, but then also the dragon. It's a flash taunt in from the Shen. Can he get the tower shot? He gets the kill. What a play there. Very well done from I Can't Move. And that's putting his lane in a nice little state, coming from behind.
Absolutely, an epic start from the side. Ooh, that was close. Zenith played just missing. What an epic start from the side of Bogdan. This is the kind of confidence they wanted coming into this series. You know, they've come off 2 back-to-back series losses without a win to the side of Fashionably Late. They actually did pick up some really good games in that series, though, and got some good experience. So I think they're coming into this with a little bit more confidence that, hey, look, if we come together, we're on our comfort picks, we can get some wins. As the E goes, the Death Lotus is coming onto Kato. Nice poke, nice chip damage. Kato doesn't try and turn it with the tomb. But yeah, Malphite's still just shoving away this Shen. Tiamat's going to be good at supplementing that. Just going to get a little bit more wave clear down. Gero invading this Briar has been sort of farming peacefully up until this point, but Gero rearing his head into this jungle. It might be a solo kill onto Kato.
Gonna go down.
He's got the tomb on himself. Spleeve showing why he's wanting to get this Katarina, even in the counter matchup.
Wow, that was very, very nearly a solo kill there. From all the good poke damage it was doing earlier in the lane, but I can't move landing another one of those taunts near the tower. Not quite in tower range.
Yeah, wasn't getting that tower shot in, but still good. A nice little trade. But as we know, Malphite with Comet just throws the Q, lands an auto and walks out, and it's pretty much a good trade for against any champ.
That is indeed. So, in terms of the game state right now, we've got more skirmishing. Israel's eating out. But, gee, we've really got to have a look out of
no
Kaiser
tomb
with the
for
5
the
kills.
Lissandra. Flash has been
Can
used.
the Bri get it?
Spanx might be able to get this one. Oh, a nice W. And it looks like Gero is hopped off of the grubs just to try and close this one down. He might bring out the Cyclone onto Spleeve. Spleeve in a world of trouble. Gets under tower. He might even want to turn this right now. But backs out. Elliot Sutton, though, putting the pressure on the bot lane. Nice hook from the Kungus. And he gets the nice...
played.
Yeah, the nice depth. What is it? The Pike ult. When I know, yeah, I know the ability so well, but as soon as I cast, I'd say whatever. The other week I was saying, for the Gwen ult, I was saying threaded needlework over and over and over.
Throwing those needles in that straight line. That's all we know.
The best one was, there was a player called Swedish Aussie, and I was calling him Swedish Housey the whole time. That was probably my cream of the crop moment in terms of being locked in, but not being locked in enough.
Fair enough. Well, just in terms of the map state, Gero's managed to take the grubs, which is a good outcome for Perry. As we see more trading in the bot lane from Elliot, taking the game proper El Capitano style into his own hands. He's is this hook gonna land?
Oh, he gets a nice one, but the Wukong is here. No Cyclone available. They do turn onto
3v3.
Spanx. Elliot Sutton is setting up for a big fight. Oh, we're going to the top lane as they're whacking each other, and we'll go back down. Nothing happening really. Another nice hook onto Notomy. But, you know... Oh, Deathloader's coming out. They might be able to cancel the E from Kato. Wow, this Katarina is actually putting on the pressure. Very nice. That's what you want to see, especially out of being given your main champion. A little bit of disrespect onto the mid laner of Bogdan, and gets their pick, and they're showing why. That has to be respected.
Well, you were saying feast or famine with the Katarina, and it's certainly showing up with the feast right now. I think it's a little bit of worry. Oh, we've got more skirmishes happening in the bot lane now. Again, Ken the Pike.
Nice
the Briar's coming in.
And that scares off the Wukong. Kungus Khan on 1 HP. But they might be able to get 2 here. They might be able to get 3 here. Double
Elliot,
kill.
Can he get the triple?
Triple kill.
Yes.
Ultra. And the Shed ult to save him. Does it get out? No, just misses. And the shutdown, a huge shutdown. Almost 1,000 gold goes to the Wukong, which is exactly what you want. As getting that Triforce Sundered Sky is going to be very good for the monkey.
That is true. At least it didn't go over to the laning opponents, which means they can continue to put the pressure on. It seems like every time Pike's respawning, he's going straight to find some sort of flank, get around them, and just start throwing hands as soon as they possibly can. So maybe they'll just come out of spawn and do the same thing right over again. As we see him in the mid lane.
Death Lotus in. Looks like Spleeve might be in a little bit of trouble here. Nice E out of there, but Existence is still trying to get one more stun on. Unfortunately, nothing to it. As the dragon is up, maybe they might have enough pressure to take this drag without a crazy team fight occurring again. Oh, Shin flash taunt.
Oh, again in tower range. Wow.
Almost in tower range. Malphite does have this unstoppable force. The B doesn't get cancelled from the Katarina. It looks like it will be a pretty free dragon. Ooh, a nice ult coming in. The Israel's going in and looking for it. The Leona goes a little bit far trying to get that kill on, but a really nice ult from the Leona.
Can she
down
do it?
Elliot, and another shutdown through to the Israel. Can the Briar hit away at these and get some more kills? It looks like she'll have to get out as well, and it's going very bad right now, but the Q from the Briar is going to keep her alive. Oh, not only is getting very low. Oh, will the Briar ult come up in time? Looks like the Katarina is searching, is sniffing for a little bit of kills down in this bot lane, and they might be able to find it. This Wukong's going B in the bush. The
That's a huge turnaround there.
Yeah,
Massive turnaround.
really nice CC chain from existence.
Yeah, and the gold's all, not quite even, but definitely much closer to parity than it was. But having those gold injections to both the Ezreal and the Wukong are going to be huge for Perry going forward into this big game.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see if this lead is enough to take them through these sort of mid-game team fights. As you see, both Triforces being done, the Malignants on the Lissandra, so a couple really nice, nice little item spikes coming in. And the Shen still hasn't got his Titanic Hydra. The Briar does have the Blade. No boots though. The first item, I'm assuming Lichbane for the Katarina hasn't come through yet. So it will be interesting to see if they can get this in time for the next dragon fight. The dragon has been sitting there, ready to be taken.
There is that very significant CS lead.
Oh, a really nice stun onto the Ezreal. Doesn't have the E to get away. He must have used that for a little bit of poke. But a nice kill getting onto the side. Oh, and the E from the Leona. The Lissandra is in tow, trying to get some more down. Does the ult come out from the Leona? Gonna clip him on the edge? No, doesn't go for it. The E is just used as a sort of soft engage. Didn't want to commit too hard to that one.
Kangas Khan has got the aim hacks on for his hooks after that level 1 fight. He is certainly landing them at will, almost, it seems like, and managing to get Ezreal in those compromising positions more often than not. Fantastic work from him after that level 1. That didn't quite go their way.
Stand United is available. Will they go in to try and get this? The Dragon will go over to the side of the Wukong, but will the fight go any different at the end? The Shen ult doesn't come through. Didn't make his way back to base. Unfortunately, the Briar does go down in that fight. A little bit late
too
on
late
that one.
there. Yeah, it's trying to obviously go for the steal potentially there, and maybe if he got it, get the Shen to give him a hand, but not quite getting the timing right on that one. So we see Kato taking a lot of damage here in the mid lane. I can see in the overlay that he's still at about half health, and the trade isn't ongoing. As we see Elliot going down to Tomi, that is another big kill with Pyke off roaming. Kaiser has been locked down. Leona investing the flash in that one, and
Gero's catching the good timing on the all-in from Spleef. Spleef still gets the kill!
oh,
What a good turn! Can he get
play.
two?
Well done.
Oh, looks like the Wukong is just going to flash and bonk him on the head as a punishment, but that was still a really nice 2v1 from Spleef there. Really, you know, like, you've got to give respect to these gold players. You know, Kato is a Masters player, but you got to put respect. You got to play with a little bit more, you know, respect for these guys, especially when they are on their main champions.
So just for my context, Grunky, what rank is Spleef?
I think they are gold 1.
Wow. For a gold 1 player, this is giving me gold 1 brand vibes, solo killing Faker. That's very impressive, holding his own not only through the very difficult matchup, but you know, fighting back, throwing hands, skirmishing, getting involved with the dragonflies. Well done, Spleef.
Yeah, it was a good pickup getting those chain-laced crushes early. Gives that little bit of a magic shield. Spleef, look, just trading very aggressively. Just, you know, they can stat check this Lissandra, because the Lissandra is just quite squishy. Does have the Frozen Tomb, so it needs a little bit of a setup. But because of those chain-laced crushes, can sort of just like, oh, and the Unstoppable Force coming in. The Stand United to follow up. Spleef might just go down here, but he gets a nice Death Lotus off. Just not enough to catch Kato. But I Can't Move is currently barely moving. A lot of slows falling onto his head. And it looks like the Briar might try to sneak around. Oh, the Flash Taunt missing just by a hair. And Banks is in the wrong place at the wrong time. No Cyclone though, but a W from Lissandra will pick up the kill and get Kato back on the board. That's 3 kills onto Kato. All that good work from the early game is seemingly unfolding before our eyes.
and it's unraveling. The gold lead is unraveling. It's now in Perifani. As we see potentially more skirmishing going down in the bot lane. Elliot with the ulti away, which did a good job getting out of getting caught by the Leona. But he is eating those Qs to the face quite significantly. So probably have to back
for the
if they
CS.
don't.
A lot of flashes being blown. Oh, will they be able to get the execute on Leona?
Can you get the execute?
No.
One more W maybe from the Kaiser.
There's still so much action going down across these lanes. Very impressed that Perifani is still just going in, and they're not scared. They know they're down a little bit of gold. They know they're down. Oh, they're up in gold now, rather.
Yeah,
but they knew they were down in the kills.
Now.
Oh, a nice heal just to mitigate that execute.
That's disappointing given the last sort of 15 minutes that Kangas Khan has had. Be disappointed with slightly missing out on that. May not have executed even with the heal coming through, but probably still be disappointed with that nonetheless. But the kill score is definitely evening out quite significantly, and it'll be interesting to see how the next few objective fights go with both teams now in a, I would almost say Periformers in a more powerful state. The menacing mouth fight with the Chinese characters flying towards you with the ultimate, that's always the nightmare fuel. So we'll see how that plays around some of these objective fights to come.
Yeah, unfortunately, just a couple sloppy sort of team fights where they all haven't made it there on time. You know, Perifani, they're very intentful with setting up for fights. You know, they make sure they're all there before they lock it in. Whereas the side of Bogdan, sort of a lot of trying to start like a lot of sloppy little engagements. Existence is very tanky. A nice solar flare onto the Kaiser. No flash available. We'll be able to try and get around this alcove. A nice stun onto the Ezreal. They're able to turn it around. The ult from the Kaiser is still available, but doesn't pop it. Just blew up in that whole time. And it's just a 1-for-1 for now. But that could have gone very differently if Elliot had pushed that ult button on the side of the Kaiser. I think they were just trying to play it to the very last drop of HP. But yeah, just unfortunate turn of events. And Spleeb being pressured in this mid lane yet again. I think after Spleeb had started putting pressure onto Kato rather. Oh, a nice blast cone saves him from any danger.
And as we look at the map state right now, we've got tier 1 in mid almost going down, or potentially just about. Oh no, it has gone down from that. Rift Herald, Dragon, third Dragon, second Dragon for Periformers being taken. Tier 1 in top lanes down. It's looking a little bit more dire here for Bogdan after that really nice execution in the early game. As we see Spanx getting caught, having to flash away from the Lissandra and the Malphite, but he's still going to get locked down and taken down. Could potentially even be one of the 20-minute Baron angles.
It looks like this Wukong is just slapping. Oh, the big unstoppable force catches the Kaiser on the back end, and that's pretty much all she wrote for this phase of the game. But Spleeb's got something to say about that. Goes in, unfortunately doesn't get the reset, almost gets out. Oh, that was so close. If they had gotten the reset onto that Wukong, the fight could have gone very differently. But unfortunately, they just don't have the tools to keep these team fights going. Whereas the Unstoppable Force, the Cyclone, the Tomb, the Solar Flare, all of these tools are just so strong for winning team fights.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because after all that great work they did in the early game to get the lead, it's unraveling a little bit here, and I wouldn't be surprised if the next couple of rotations they aim straight onto the Baron and start to look to really sort of lock down.
It was a little bit wide. The Malphite is just a big rock, cannot be touched, and I think it's going to be a very uphill battle from here, mate.
Yeah, definitely, especially with so much AD damage on the Bogdan side, and obviously Malphite, the armor stacking king, does not look like they're going to be able to make it through that unstoppable object anytime soon.
Yeah, and he's working on his third item, which will be a little bit of magic res, but mostly just the Kaiser passive and the Katarina. He's fallen a little bit behind in CS, had brought that gap down to around 10 CS when they were popping off in lane, but it's sort of bloomed into a 40 CS lead or so for Kato. Just playing with their team really well, and it looks like Spanx is getting caught out in their own jungle again. The Frozen Tomb coming down, and it's just rinse and repeat, same strategy. Find them out of position.
Sounds like a Baron angle.
And you can see on the map, the vision for the side of Perifani is just very comprehensive, covering every entrance, covering every little thing. They kind of just know exactly where Bogdan are.
It's a little bit unfortunate, even just looking at the item spikes. So we've seen Wukong's Triforce Sundered Sky spike come through. We've got Lissandra on 2.5 items versus Katarina on 1.5. It's just not. Oh, as the Malphite goes in for a big ultimate and just whiffs on all three of them that were standing there, but Wukong is still sitting on the Baron, hopefully to finish it.
Yeah, that one
short
will go
order.
down. Unless this Briar ult is coming in. It is going to be a tiny
he's hit
bit
it.
late. But they're going to go in. They're going to have one last hurrah to try and pull the game back. But unfortunately, the Briar goes down. The Shen is on the run. He goes back as a sacrifice.
they get a reset.
Elliot Sutton being caught on the back end. He gets out with the Ultra Instinct ult. It looks like Spleeve might try and turn this. There is no Unstoppable Force. There is no Cyclone. The Tomb is still up. Oh, and
Nice
Kumgus Khan goes in. But
Need a
Spleeve goes
reset.
in on the backside. Oh, it is a disastrous fight and a flash Q from the Israel. I think that's going to be at least an inhib here, and almost a 10k gold lead for the side of Perifani. It was a really nice start to the game, but it's all gone downhill in a couple little team fights. Looking forward to the next draft, I think a little bit more team fighting power is really going to help out Bogdan, because going for the sort of fast and loose cheese skirmishing style just isn't working out for them.
Yeah, I feel like hopefully they take a little bit of confidence from that early game and then bring that momentum into the second game, because they were doing some really great things, moving around the map, skirmishing well, despite giving over first blood to the Israel. But it's I think a few things for them to think about come next game. But it's not over yet. It's not over yet. Only one inhib down, one inhib turret down, so we've still got a little bit of strangulation to come from the Periformers team. But the 10k gold lead is definitely not looking too favourable.
Oh, a nice taunt. Going to catch the Malphite under tower. The Katarina goes in. Is going to get absolutely wiped off the face of the planet. And the Malphite, the big 4-man Malphite with the Cyclone.
Ultimate.
They're getting put in the blender. And they are turned into a Bogdan smoothie right now.
My word, what an ultimate coming in. The flying Chinese rock smashing into the entire team. 4-man knock-up. What a team fight there, especially from having to flash out earlier whilst taunted under the turret. Well played by the top laner from Periformers there.
Yeah, that was that was a big one coming out from the side. It's I think Perifani just put a big stamp on that game and really wiped away any doubts that we might have had about them winning this game anytime soon. But that will be the GGs, that will be the victory screen, and that will be Perifani taking game 1.
What a game of fist fights, skirmishes, a little bit messy at times, but come that mid-game and that 20-minute mark where they basically did Baron on spawn, Perry managed to make a much nicer time of the mess of the early game and come out with a victory there, Grunky.
Yeah, no, I mean, we saw at the end there what this draft was capable of. Just an absolute demolition job right there.
Well, I mean, highlight for me is obviously going to be the humongous Rock Ultimate 4-man top lane to finish the game. That was beautiful to watch. That was for sure. What about you, Grunky? What was the play of the game for you?
I got to give Spleeve their flowers. They played well above their level. They showed that they are a tenacious player. That that they're going to go for these plays in lane. They're going to put the pressure on there. They're not scared of that master border. They're here to try and compete, and they're here to try and do their best at winning. As we are jumping into the Game 2 draft pretty much straight away. There's no cooldowns around here, ladies and gentlemen, as we are going to transition over to the Game 2 draft just to see what everything's going on. And we have remained on the same sides. Perifani remaining on the red side, Bogdan remaining on the blue side.
I think, Grunky, I had the draft there for a second. I spotted potentially Elliot's Jin, but I think we've gone back to the other screen. that's all right.
There we go.
So I'm excited to see Elliot's Jin. He did a great job on the Kaiser early, but then once he had that 5-0 lead, gave up a couple of those kills. And the LeBlanc coming out, which is going to be LeBlanc Zach. Well, I mean, we're not 100% sure if the Zach's in the jungle or not, but the LeBlanc Zach mid jungle pairing, if that is indeed where the Zach goes, will be interesting. And the Zoe coming out to counter the LeBlanc. That's going to be an interesting one.
It looks like it will be Kato on Tristana in the mid lane, I would assume, and then
Oh.
Zoe on the support, which is still a very fun pick. And I think get the Leona off tank duty and chuck him onto the Zoe. Could be a nice way to spice things up. But lots of
excellent.
damage being drafted by Perifani. They're not scared to blow someone up.
That is for sure. I guess they're sort of envisioning more of the same in terms of the skirmishes and constant fighting, and they just thought, right, let's just draft around that. As we see the Maokai and the Zaheen coming in for Bogdan Prime. This should be a very, very tanky team, and I'm not sure how they're going to do on the damage front here again. But I mean, we have seen, even in pro play, Zaheens with the Conqueror stacked up and particular builds be able to sort of bring a lot of damage to the table. So we'll just have to wait and see how that works out.
I think, just what I'm looking at again, it's pretty much on Elliot's shoulders to try and get like a big performance out of him. There's a lot of squishies on the side of Perifani. Obviously, the Jarvan has two different paths they could go down. Either the lethality style Axiom Arc play, or the classic, Sundered Sky into the Black Cleaver kind of play. So either of those work pretty well. I think it's hard to tell because there's a lot of like sort of drain tanks. They've got the Maokai with the heal, they've got the Zaheen with the healing, they've got the Zac with the healing, but they have to be in close range. And all they can really hit is the Jarvan and the Jax in close range, and Jax doesn't mind being whacked by some low damage dealers, and the Jarvan has like plenty of mobility to sort of get out of things. The Tristana can just buster shot them all away. The Corki does end up doing a decent amount of true damage as well. Not exactly a tank killer per se, but if they start snowballing, Infinity Edge Lord Doms, they'll definitely cut through these tanky members. So the LeBlanc, maybe, if they can get a one-shot rotation, they've got 3 pretty prime targets to one-shot.
Yeah, I feel like if the LeBlanc can get into the back line and sort of, hopefully, if they get a lead early game in one shot, whether it be the support Zoe or the Tristana or maybe even the Corki as well, and work off picks maybe rather than sort of going for straight up for a 5v5 team fight. Although I feel like on the Perifani side, if they're able to blow up the Jin, it really neuters a lot of the damage on the Bogdan Prime side. So it's going to be interesting to see how they play this one out.
Yeah, and I mean, it would have been a lot better if, to be honest, now that I look at it, Zoe doesn't do too much damage, AP damage to tanks, so just armor stacking on this Maokai and Zac could be a really nice path to victory. As I was saying before, true damage on the Corki, but at the end of the day, it's like pretty good Frozen Heart value. I definitely want to see a Frozen Heart coming out of someone here because, as I see there's 4 auto attackers that benefit from attack speed. So a Frozen Heart value would be pretty crazy this game.
Yeah, for sure. Who's your pick? Which team comp is tickling your fancy, Grunky?
Oh, it's hard because there is pretty decent burst coming in from Bogdan Prime. They've got a nice front line, and they've got a decent amount of engage and CC, which is going to be really good for getting onto these like sort of tricky, slick characters like Jax, Zoe, all that kind of stuff. There is that Poppy ban, which did come out last, which was a very good idea from Perifani to ban that Poppy because it would have absolutely countered their team comp very hard. But I think, the Maokai is going to be good. You can Twisted Advance, and that's going to follow any sort of jumps or teleports or flashes or anything over the wall, whereas the Zac can hopefully follow up on that. But, if Perifani get a lead and they start getting away, they're just going to run over this team comp. You know, the damage is very conditional from the side of Bogdan Prime. So I do like... It's hard to say because you have to consider the pilot of the plane, you know. Sometimes it really is the pilot rather than the plane. Sometimes, you know, you're firing a fighter jet and you're versing like a biplane. And that's when there's, you know, the pilot doesn't matter too much. But in this situation, I think they're both flying the biplanes, and one of them is the Red Baron, and one of them is Mike from accounting.
Wow, you never know. Mike from accounting, those numbers, those 3-statement analysis can really drive you insane. So you never know what they'll pull out. But it'd be interesting to see if the Jin goes for the cleanse as his sort of alternate summon to the Flash, just to negate the potential Zoe bubbles, especially late game as well.
Yeah, you'd hope that the Maokai would just tank that, you know, be a good tree, just plant himself in front of the sleep. But that being said, yeah, cleanse could go well. But at the same time, I think he's going to go for the ghost again. I feel like this player does enjoy leading on that ghost usage. So we are making our way into this game too. Obviously, Perifani took game 1, and so it will be on Bogdan to crawl out of the pit and make this series a little bit more competitive. Oh, it is actually a Jarvan support.
Oh!
Corky
Here we
Jungle.
go.
Interesting. Very
Wow,
interesting.
we're going full vibes mode. Sounds like.
That definitely shakes up this draft a lot. Is that all of these picks are flexing? I do actually think that the Tristana matchup into LeBlanc is actually pretty good. As when she goes into trade with the W, you can just W where her mark was before. But you know, a lot of all in on the side of this Jarvan Tristana. Get the EQs down early. But then, as I was thinking, you know, the Maokai Q really messes with that. Ooh, a nice double proc going off. Ignite going down onto Spleeve early. Really going to push him out of lane. Kato is really messing with him right now. Gets a nice another Q down. Very big trades. It's going to be a bit of a rough start to this lane for this LeBlanc.
Sorry, Grunky. I'm not quite in there with you, unfortunately. With the I think the overlay might be. Oh, sorry, the screen is still in
some reason
dry.
Keeps cutting back. Goddamn OBS.
That is alright.
Alright, you've almost missed out on first blood. The tree
Wow.
picks it up onto the Jarvan, and we get
Well
back
played,
into game.
Genders.
It's more craziness in this bot lane as he just misses out. The tree survives on the skin of his bark, and Notomy is hunting for another kill. Elliot Sutter might still be able to get this. It's Ghost versus Barrier, but maybe, just maybe, he's going to flash and auto force shot this Tristana. Might be a bad idea, but
Might need level 2 first, I reckon. He's still not quite there yet.
the other thing you did
There
miss
we go.
was this Zoe putting heavy pressure on the LeBlanc level 1, going for the Ignite early, going for the double Q setup to start the game, and very interesting from Gero, he's just doing a full topside clear, and then he's going to grab a couple long swords, or just a long sword, and a control ward, and then head and finish off his clear in the bot lane. And this is going to mean he's going to have a lot more... Oh, and a nice dive coming in for the bot lane. Oh, the tree, the Bramble Smash hits him very nicely, but not able to stop the dive. I think just a second too late might have been able to cancel that EQ. Oh, it's all popping off in the bot lane yet again. This Jarvan support already showing that he's not here to mess around.
Very well executed dive there for the unorthodox bot lane of Perry. As you see the Jarvan coming through. Maokai did a great job, Khan, almost being able to cancel and turn it around, but unfortunately Tristana still managed to get the reset off, and it's 1 for 1.
1 for 1 indeed. And CS leads pretty much even apart from that mid lane and the ADC position. I think Tristana just had a little bit more time in lane. And can the Jax get the kill? Ignite down.
Was
with an
taking
auto
the talent
attack.
shot.
Oh my god, a nice trade for I Can't Move. Spleeve looks like they might be going down the mid lane as well. 1 tick of HP, and all these lanes are just throwing down, trying to get a couple solo kills on the board.
It's almost a replay of last game in the top lane where I Can't Move is just managing to get his opponent into turret range, tank a couple of shots to turn around those 1v1s. But wow, yeah, it's exploding across the map.
And just as I might have suspected, this Corki Claire is slow, but not too slow. He's not going to be really ganking many lanes early, so I think they should be trying to play up a little bit more. The Zac should probably try and get his lanes ahead, because you can't really invade the Corki on Zac, which is a little bit of a problem, but you know, what else are you meant to do?
I'm interested to see from both jungle sides which lanes they're going to choose to play through. You know, whether the Bogdan side's got a particular win condition that they're going to play towards, or whether the Corki is just going to power farm until they're strong for objective fights and then just come in with as much damage as possible.
Yeah, and they did start out with the serrated Dirk, so either a Collector maybe, Umbral Glaive, Yomu, so all very cheap items. So I think they know that, look, we're not going to have too much power in this Corki early. We'll try our best to get some early sort of power onto them so we can contest these early dragons. A nice Drowsy onto the LeBlanc, and still just trading and trading and trading, going down both ways.
I was going to say that bubble, you've threaded that through that minion line as we see more trading coming into the top lane. This time we're closer
This
toward...
might be another kill onto the side of I Can't Move. Oh, that was so close.
Oh.
Pixel perfect escape from, I don't know how to say the Jax's name, but...
well played from our CCP brother.
The Chinese legend.
Indeed. The time that ward jump to perfection there.
Oh, a nice double knockup from the Jarvan. Oh, and a nice Bramble Smash to cancel the jump from the Tristana. Can they turn it around? W going just through the goalposts for the side of the Jhin. And this Corki's sneaking around. Maybe going for an early dragon. They do have the Prio, so they might be able to get this one. Zac is lurking. Is level 5. They might be able to fight this. I think that they should give it a good shake of the stick. Zac's coming in. He's going to get a really nice knock up onto 2.
Wow.
A nice chain CC onto both of them. They're all very low. The LeBlanc's coming in. The passive procced, and this is a really nice fight from the side of Bogdan. The root going on to Kato. Kato's going to go down as well. Will it be gifted over to the LeBlanc? Double kill for the LeBlanc. And only 4 CS down. Now what a disastrous dragon. Oh, and the Tristana once more.
Oh, got in.
Whoa, big fights coming in, and another big early lead for the side of Bogdan Prime. Let's see if they can translate this one to the late game, because I think this team comp is going to have a lot more team fight pressure.
That was a very well executed fight. A little bit messy, but
Can the passive
boy, everyone...
Oh, he just gets out
so
as well.
close.
Ignite usage pretty good there from the Jax. Would have died otherwise, but the TP is still available for the Zahin.
It'll be interesting. I know there's only been one dragon so far, but it'll be interesting to see if it's an Infernal Soul, if Bogdan is able to get those dragons in for their comp, which does somewhat lack a little bit of damage. It might be the most helpful soul they could get.
If anyone in chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the Soul Dragon cannot be any of the first 2 dragons.
Aha. Well, sucks to suck. As we see Zoe coming in with a great bubble.
Something
unfortunately,
like
unable to
King Tech
capitalize.
could be quite cool.
Yeah, but
Trading
there's
across
a
the board. Well, they'd go in on the Maokai. The tree's in a bit of trouble. Reloading. He opens up with the cannon, gonna get some kills. Existence is in the alcove trying to get away, and Elliot's son probably has the damage to take him down. No flash available. Oh, a nice root under the tower and a Q to follow it up.
nice.
The Jax is going in under the tower. Nice flash to get away. Damn, it's all go everywhere. Unfortunately, I Can't Move, just being a little bit greedy, could have gone B and TP'd back to lane, but just decided to stick around. Oh, little does he know. So close.
Right there for the taking.
And shout out to all our viewers who are choosing us over the LCK Cup Finals right now. If anyone knows the scoreline for that, do not spoil it for me, as I'm going to have to watch it after this.
Good old Gen G versus not T1 for once.
I know, B&K X doing well. A fun new piece of addition to the league. Always like seeing some new faces. You know, SKT are great, but you know, for them to really push themselves, I think they need these strong external factors. It was KT last year, and this year it is Damwon, and it is not Damwon. DK is
DK. I wonder if we're going to see some fights from here in the grub.
Twisted Advance follows him all the way. Existence is up shit creek without a paddle, and he's going to be going swimming.
I can't move, getting one of those kills back. And there's Zoe going down as well. Spleeve showing off the gold moves against the much higher fancied opponent. Spleeve is really impressing me with this match right now. Honestly, gold I think is a little bit too low for how he's playing in these matches.
Oh, and the Twisted Advance does go a bit wide. Elliot Sutton getting put under pressure here. Does he get the Q under tower? Can he take one more tower hit?
He does.
Oh, yes, the Q. The Bramble smash. Getting him under tower. And there's just fighting. You know, we've got 14 kills in the first 10 minutes. And Corky has been involved in one of them.
It's Julian Lane from the UFC. Just let me bang, bro. Let me bang. Bro. And as we discussed, he dodges it. Oh,
the Q goes wide from the Zac. Does he get the let's bounce in? He gets one. He's going for Gero now. Does he get another Q in? This Corky just not doing much damage. A nice flash to dodge that. Oh, and he gets out of the way. Oh, Gero with the fancy moves onto the Zac. Really nice play. Another fight coming for Spleeve, and he gets the 1v1. Swipe on the back end. We can't even keep up with it. It is just punch after punch being traded between these two teams.
Elliot getting another kill back in. I was really impressed with how Khan played that fight. Not only getting the Bramble smashes into Tristana to get her to take an extra turret shot, but the way he's been playing both the Pyke and this Maokai support, he's been doing a great job. But boy, Spleeve...
Cataclysm coming down. It might be a trade back. Oh, Spank's going to come in and get that one. Land on his face. And the Zac is going for the Proto Belt as well. So has recognized, let's blow these guys up. And as you were saying, let me bang, bro. And Bogdan saying, I do let you bang, bro.
21 kills in 11 minutes.
I think your mic cut out a little bit.
Apologies there. My entire headset just completely destroyed itself and just started blaring this weird tone in my ears.
Yeah, you just sounded like a robot for a second.
That's unfortunate, but no, I was just going to say Spleeve is really, really impressing me with how he's playing. Not only is he taking on the responsibility of these carry picks, but he is doing a fantastic job. As we see him getting dive, having to flash away from the Corky, but a little bit of a caster curse.
Yeah,
was just about to sing his praises before when Jarvan jumped on him as well. So as we see another skirmish happening here in the jungle, can Corky escape from this?
And that's all he wrote. You know, Gero's got the hubris, and this Corky pick, I'd say, is probably a little bit of hubris.
Indeed, as we see, very likely going to be this second dragon again going over the Bogdan side. Another. Wouldn't say clean, but well played early game, as we see.
Getting absolutely popped by the Zoe, but turns around with the Twisted Advance. Existence is going to be wiped from Existence, and another dragon going over to the side of Bogdan. This is really good for their late games, like sort of optics going forward. Only around a 1k gold lead, coming from all of this action. But, you know, there are some very strong players on the side. Spleeve is going for another 1v1. Can he get the last tick? Kato! Oh, my God. That's a 2-level lead for this. Oh, and Noddy going in. Doesn't realize it is a Zac waiting right around the corner. A nice Q being put onto the minions, and Noddy goes down to Spanks. This is a really nice performance from Bogdan. They're not putting themselves in the bin after the first game. They're just, coming forward and they're saying, this is do or die right now. We got to win this.
Not at all. And honestly, in terms of going forward to the next split, they should take a lot of confidence, even just from this series alone. But as we see, Existence doing his best to be a nuisance, stopping the back of I Can't Move and lining up a potential dive here. See if he can get the wave to stop the dive. Ulti's coming in, but unfortunately the passive is not able to proc. So close to almost taking down the Jax with him. That's a nice little roam there from Existence. As we see, Spleef might come in here for a nice little extra kill, but unfortunately Jarvan's able to just EQ away.
And this is one scary factor for Bogdan. The doubt might be creeping in. This Jax is getting really strong. There's about 30 CS up on it. Kato is just going down again. The Zoe pick not doing too well, as it just does get absolutely wiped off the face of this earth by this LeBlanc.
Guys, it feels like every time we finish a sentence, the next skirmish is starting, or the next gank is happening, and boy oh boy do I love it. This is the kind of League of Legends that I love to watch.
Yeah, there's no setup, there's no sort of precursor to the fight. They're just going in, and this is exactly what you want to see out of the bottom teams. It is a little bit sloppy. They are missing out on a couple little elements from a clean game, but it's
is it fun.
Oh my god, this Jax is whacking away so hard. He's got his Triforce complete, and he's got the extra... It's a big shutdown going onto the side of the LeBlanc. 8-1 right now, but that Jax is menacing. Right there, just could not even get taken out by 2.
I know you were saying that Elliot generally takes the weight of the team on his shoulders. As you see another trade in the mid lane, will Zoe be going down again?
152 gold. That's like a wave or 2. Unfortunately,
Zach picking up the kill on that stage.
A nice Bramble Smash pushes him back into tower. Existence is going to get wiped out from the Jhin. Can he hit more? They just get out. Gero tanking that one for Existence. Can Elliot outplay this one? He's got to flash the EQ. No, he doesn't. He just walks around it. Some nice fancy footwork from Elliot. Gets the ward in the bush, and Existence getting force-shotted. Damn, that was a really nice sort of piece of play there from Elliot, walking around. And I don't want to speak too early, but Bogdan Prime might be getting their first win of the tournament here.
Hey, whoa. Cast the curse. Hold on a minute. We're 16 minutes in, we've got a nice 2k gold lead. Gee, we've got the 24 kill to 11 kill lead as well. First
it's
tower.
16 minutes in, and we've got 35 kills.
Boy, oh boy, but
Kato wants it to be 36. A nice even number. Does not like 35. He wants it to be 36. 106 gold on that Zoe.
Boy.
Is the ultimate deliverance coming in, and there is a whole squad on this Jax right now. He is being surrounded.
Can he outplay this?
And he is going to prison.
And even better, all that gold going over to Spleef. Well, I'll tell you what, you were saying how Elliot likes to shoulder the responsibility of the team, but Spleef is showing up.
Yeah, even in that game 1, had some really good moments on his Katarina pick. It was definitely not the one to blame. The drafting was a bit weak, as the chains do connect. I don't think Spleef expected the chain to connect there, but yeah, look at this. And he's going for the Storm Surge as well on this LeBlanc, so he's going to be able to absolutely one-hit someone. The chain following him all the way to base there.
Cross-map chains connecting, but unfortunately not enough to keep him there. I guess looking at the map state.
Nice pieces on the table right now. Gero still does a decent amount of damage. He will go back and pick up this Collector soon as well. Existence is very squishy, just has the Umbral Glaive, and potentially looking towards getting a Zonya's second item as well.
So we're looking at a potential dragon fight here. We've got both teams posturing. Elliot's pushed that mid wave in, so that hopefully we'll be pushing towards the tier 2. And Perry is starting up as Zach flies in, massive engage.
Spleef
Elliot's
is
caught in the back
wrong
line.
spot. He might go down and give over a big shutdown, but Jax is currently raid bossing and killing this Jhin. Very crazy. 2 big shutdowns going back over. Oh no, I might have cast a curse this one, but they're going to try and follow up on this. The Twisted Advance coming out. Can they get the kill into the Jax? It's a little bit overzealous from the Maokai as he goes down to not me as well. Wow.
Back up.
Unfortunate turn of events. Very split up fight. And the Dragon will go over to Gero and his merry men.
Not just the Dragon, but 3 kills as well, and 2 massive shutdowns. I saw the Jax flew in straight onto the Jhin at the start of that fight, did a really good job separating them out, and I think Spleef just got a little bit overzealous there trying to get onto the corresponding backline, but unfortunately wasn't able to one-shot the first target, and the rest of the fight sort of fell apart from there. But there goes Tier 1 mid, first Dragon over the parry as well, and very much stabilized, you know, less than 1k gold lead now from what was almost a 2.5k gold lead, and obviously a very significant kill lead as well.
Yeah,
Gary's
so at least there won't be
very
huge shutdowns on the side of Bogdan to give over. But yeah, this Triforce is almost half completed from the Corki. He's definitely getting a lot of items and becoming a pretty big threat as well.
Yeah, he's going to be 3 items in like 21, 22 minutes. That's going to be going to rock up to the next team fight and hurt.
Well, the Jax is a beast right now. Kato taking most of his HP just from one LeBlanc W. But yeah, it's getting spicy for sure.
Finally, a moment to sort of reset, look at the map state a little bit. All tier 1's down on the Bogdan side, which I guess is only the mid and top on the parry side as well. 2 Dragons to 1 as we see Zoe exploded by Spleef once again.
They're looking for a fight. Existence is trying to snake away on the back end. But there's been their problem, is that they've been good at getting kills, but they haven't been good at getting towers. So Riphill Pop hopefully going to get some good... Oh my god, it misses, and Spanx is up in the wrong end of the lane. Gets bonked away and saved. He will go into that passive mode. A TP coming in for the Jax. They are going to look for this re-engage potentially. Jarvan's going with the EQ.
Oh, this is not good for Bogdan.
And Elliot Sutton is stuck in the middle of that Cataclysm. Not enough damage to get himself out of there. And there's a really nice fight for the side of Perifani. They're going to be able to pick up a lot of kills. Another shutdown going onto the Corki. And this might just be a Baron play. There's not a lot of wave clear though, so they could try and get this tier 2. Wow, this is a big comeback. You know, there may be a lot of kills down, but the plug is going in. And the killing spree from Notomy. Sorry, I was trying to track what was going on there, but Notomy doing heaps of damage, has the Infinity Edge, and the Yuntao is completed. Spleef is trying to go in and one-hit him. Unfortunately, the nice W to follow up as well. Spleef is trying to put this game on his back and actually gets him going back, and he's going to go in for Gyros as well, but he's ready for that and gets the Collector proc off. Ooh. Can he get the snipe? Oh, even with the flash, he snipes him out. But the Jax is trading on the top side. So in all of that chaos, a lot of plates going over to the side of Perifani and also a whole tower. And they've managed to pick up a 2k gold lead now, even with that kill lead.
Almost a repeat of game 1. 1 Dragon fight, fully tipping the scales, 20-minute mark. Almost on the Baron spawn, huge fight going over to Perry, and a massive gold lead swing. Now with a 2k, 1.5k lead over to Perry. Oh boy, this is quite hopeful for that early game for Bogdan, especially with the way Spleef's been playing. But not losing hope yet. Given that you've cursed them already, I'll see if I can use my caster curse powers for Perry, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, Perifani is definitely going to win this one. They are in prime position. Spleef, can he take out this Jax? He is a very tanky number. Doesn't have too much magic resist though, so he might be able to pick him up. But Jax is going to turn onto it. Ignite is down. Flash is up for the side of both of them. It looks like the counter-strike just barely... Oh, but this Jarvan's going to try and finish him off with the Catalysm, and he will. Big smash down, and Spank's just not there in time. Oh, this is going to be a really nice pickup for the side of Perifani. But it's countered very easily by Bogdan. You know, it's all back and forth, but the fact that their Jarvan, the 3-11 Jarvan, was able to get that kill onto the LeBlanc, it's not too huge. Gero going in, and he's way too deep. Will he be able to get turned on? The Grim Deliverance going down, and the Curtain Call going across, picking up 2. Really nice turn, and they've still got a lot of life in it. The Caster Curse is undefeated.
There you go. Told you. Huge from Elliot coming in there, coming in clutch, getting both of those. Oh, as he's done by the bubble, but good job from Khan there to block that and force Zoe out. But well played there to get not only the shutdown on Jax, I believe, but also on the Tristana as well. And guys, we've got a game on our hands.
Yeah, just while there is a little break in the action, I will quickly feed my cat. Be right back 1 second.
That is very fair. We all know that they run the household, and when they are waiting to be fed, got to do it as soon as required. Well, as we see, Existence here is doing some forays.
I haven't missed anything too crazy, apart from the fact that Existence is literally role-playing as the wolves in Bogdan's jungle.
Going on a bit of a magical journey, so to speak. Hanging out in the enemy jungle, a little bit ambitious there, but let's see if Bogdan can do anything with this temporary 4v5 situation. As hopefully Spleeve will be able to take this top tier 1 and see some pigs going down onto the Baron. Are they going to do a bit of a sneaky?
Yeah, TP is up from I Can't Move, so he can go and catch that Jax down in the bot lane. The couple nice deep wards got off from that adventure from the Jarvan. But the Twisted Advance does come across. Will it catch onto the Zoe? The Zoe is very out of position. Elliot's son picking up a nice pick. And the Zac rather, has heaps of damage. That Protobelt is doing work. And Notomi's trying to dodge, but he cannot dodge a big green man jumping onto his face. Spleeve looking for more. But Existence is going to try and get back. Surely the wave can be cleared from Zahyn. But the Jax is going to try and get a trade down. Zahyn is 1 level down. It's all crazy.
The question is, can he stop the TP? It doesn't look like it. Jax looks like he's gonna. Hasn't TP'd yet. He's wandering his way through to the mid lane. Zahyn's TPing in now.
They need to be hitting this Baron. Elliot is looking for kills, but the Baron is going. Oh, and that 4-shot is going to absolutely nuke him. The Jarvan with the Golden Cataclysm is going to go down as well. As this Jax might be able to pick up Spleeve, he does. Maybe a little bit of a shutdown going onto there, but now if you look at it, Elliot Sutton is huge.
Great turn there from Bogdan, recognizing that they had the numbers advantage there, and with Zac tanking the Baron, they could jump off that and take care of the rest of the team. Now, can the Zoe, which has not done very much all game, do something about this Baron? I don't think so. We'll wait and see.
And a nice flash Twisted Advance from the Maokai, and he is able to get a good smash off as well. I'm not sure the Maokai flash for the Zoe is worth trade. I feel like you need to keep that flash for at least the Corki or the Tristana, but they're going to pick up another kill on the tail end of that. Is 42 kills to 20 right now.
Oh my god, a 62 kill game in less than 30 minutes. We are balling out right now.
And it's not even 30 minutes yet.
Yeah, crazy stuff.
Dragon Soul is coming up soon. But, Perifani is not discouraged. They're still waltzing into the jungle down here, trying to find some picks.
As they should be, but we're seeing the
actually pop the Tristana. Oof. And Existence is also out of position as well.
Existence blown out of existence. As we see the TP come through from the Jax. Zac is trying to lock him down, as we see Elliot trying to hit him with a couple of the ultimate shots from the Jhin.
Yeah, Will they be able coming out, the flash coming out from the Jax. He's slithering out of there with his lamppost. And it looks like the E from the Zac is trying to get in there. Jack Zax.
Well, let's see what Bogdan can do with this Baron advantage. They've pushed down the mid tier 2. Can they get
Yeah,
a tier 3
Dara
and
has a little bit of wave
inhibitor.
clear, but nothing too significant. I think it's not an end
Jackson's-
angle, but it's definitely... Ooh, shut down onto
Huge
the side
bubble.
of Kato. So that does sort of put a fork in the plans of this. Oh, they're going for the death bush though.
Oh, fanatic
the
death
nice
rush.
farsight ward reveals the plans before it can come to
Shattered.
fruition. And I think, you know, if Maokai had his flash there, would have been a whole different story. But he did greed.
True.
So it's that whole karma cycle coming out. Ooh, Spleeve is looking for something. Does get the empowered blast cone on out of there. And it's going to be an interesting soul fight coming out as Kumgas Khan is 11 seconds away from being able to make his way out of base. A nice EQ gets dodged by the... But everything's getting blown onto this Jarvan. A big Grim Deliverance comes down, but he's getting absolutely worked in this backline. The Jarvan goes down. It's a 1-for-1, and Elliot Sutton is a little bit out of position. Gets a big one auto attack, and the curtain might come. Couldn't close. Oh, it's a big auto attack. This Jhin is at complete, absolute power right now. Spleeve is going to go down. No, he doesn't. He jukes back. He gets the kill onto the Jax, and it will be soul point going over to Bogdan. What is even going on in these fights? I can't tell.
Absolute slobber knocker. Fist fight to the end of days. Jarvan going in for the engage. Absolutely sending it onto Spleeve. Spleeve managing to absorb a lot of pressure. Elliot coming out with some clutch flashing away from engages and then going back in, getting the Tristana with the auto. Mate, this has been an absolutely awesome performance from both Spleeve and Elliot.
Yeah, absolutely. Spleeve stepping up. The LeBlanc has been such a good pick this game. A lot of squishies on the side of Perifani, so just being able to one-hit one or any of them has been such a crucial detail in these fights.
Indeed, and of course the soul going over to Bogdan. We're in a much better position now than we were at this stage of game one. I think actually this stage the game might have almost been over, but they took their little hiccup in the mid-game and they've managed to turn it back around. They didn't lose confidence. Props to them for that.
Oh
As we
my
see,
God.
Spleeve absolutely explode Kato once again. Absolutely astounded by the level of the play from this gold mid laner. What a legend.
Absolutely.
And poor Kato is putting that Zoe back in the freezer.
Mentally,
That's,
Kato is already in the next game, unfortunately.
That is for sure. But as we were saying before, the game's not over until it's over, until the Nexus explodes. So we've got plenty more objective fights
You can
to come.
definitely see Bogdan is, taking their time with it. They're trying to sort of tiptoe around getting to this end game and these final pushes. They don't have the greatest siege. But that being said, there's not a lot of weight. They're going to catch Gera. He's going to get absolutely one hit by this LeBlanc. But
Wow.
he manages to flash and Valkyrie out of there. The bush is being camped.
Oh.
Elliot Sutton might get dove on here. If he doesn't, watch out for this bush. And a nice EQ. Oh, he's going to get absolutely deleted. Very nice play in the bush. Spleeve goes down as well. The Twisted Advance, the Zaheen and Co are going to have to really do well. They might have to back out of this fight. The resurrection is going to come down for the Zaheen, but it's 1 versus 3. He does get the kill onto Kero. A nice turn, and that is going to stop too much craziness going down. But yeah, that was a really good heads-up play, a nice little Fnatic Death Bush play from the side of Perifani.
Bit of a sneaky, brushy, and having the Jarvan and the Jax, they had a very good trigger discipline there. They didn't pull the trigger until they knew, the Jhin had his 4th shot up, but they knew that he really genuinely didn't know that they were in there. As these bubbles from Kato were starting to hurt, even though he's, even though he's so far behind, he's still having quite a bit of an impact. And, we were saying it draft even, it was to support Zoe. Those bubbles were the thing that we're going to have to look out for late game, and he's certainly...
And Resistance stuck around a little bit too long for a couple extra minions, and you don't really want to see your support doing that too much. Just as the Baron's up as well, so that engage tool that just got them back in the game is gone, just from a little bit of lazy play.
Little bit of a mistake there. Taking a page out of my sport book, taking minions, getting killed. Not what you want to see at this stage of the game, especially just having that play to get back in. But we'll see. They're not going immediately. They're not pinging on the Baron straight away. So we'll see what the play is here. But we see another bubble land on Khan, but no damage to follow up.
And this Maokai
Well,
is quite a nice tool to set up for these objectives. Throw a couple saplings down in the bushes. You get a little bit of extra vision that can't be cleared, a little bit of slows down. It is warded on the Baron, so Perifani do know that it is not being started up. There's not too much threat on that. Spleeve catching a couple extra waves in the bot lane. And I am surprised that Spleeve hasn't gone for a Rabadons yet, especially considering they were snowballing so hard.
Might be what he's working towards next, but I do notice that the Elliot has sold his boots in favor of more damage. So we'll see if that
went a little bit robot mode again.
Oh no, sorry. This is the. Oh, am I back?
Yeah,
just
back.
In time to.
Oh, they caught Cumbus. Can he get out of here? A nice curtain call coming down. He's going to catch Existence. Does have the Zhonya's, but doesn't able to use it. A nice W onto the Tristana, catches him on the back end, and that might be all she wrote. We could be looking at Bogdan's first win in the league, as the Chinese god is trying to get in there and get a little bit back, but Spleeve with the tether, putting him on a leash. And ladies and gentlemen, not only do we have a series on our hands, Bogdan has won their first game of the tournament in an absolute slobber knocker. Great performance from Spleeve, great performance from Elliot Sutton, and they're on the board, ladies and gentlemen. They're on the board.
82 kills in 35 minutes. Can they make it 83? Or will they just go for the Nexus? They're just going to smash the Nexus down. Congratulations to Bogdan. Performance they should be proud of. Elliot and Spleeve absolutely sending it, but honestly, I was really impressed with the engages from Khan. He had some really good heads-up plays with that Maokai, some flash brambles. Wow, what a match. That was an absolute pleasure to watch. The kind of League of Legends that I very much enjoy. So well done, Bogdan, to you guys. And 1-1. It's decided time. Let's see how we go.
Yeah, no, it was a big game. A big game for the boys in the Bogdan. Now, what would be interesting and a spanner in the work is if they can pick up the series, if they can take this momentum to the next game. That might be a crazy turn of events.
Bogdan doing the Slavic pride proud. We'll see. We'll see what tricks they've got up their sleeve in game 3.
Absolutely, I think. It was a tricky game. I do think the side of Perifani got a little bit cocky.
With that draft, I mean.
Yeah, with the draft. It was definitely a bit of an interesting draft. So we'll see how they bounce back. It will be Perifani on the red side once again. So it looks like it's all the same. I am going to leave you for 1 sec. I'm just going to quickly refill my water. As you know, we're going to game 3. We're going to need to be hydrated for another crazy game.
And I'm going to join you and do the same. Hydration reminder to everyone watching. Got to stay hydrated, boys and girls. Get on the water. And Caster Kwan is back. I'll tell you what, everyone watching the stream, guys, we got to be rooting for the underdog, right? We got to be rooting for Bogdan in this last match. Can't stress enough how impressed I am with Spleeve's performance, mate. If he put his mind to solo queue, there's no way he'd be stuck in gold. That's for sure. Um, Especially with those carry picks on the LeBlanc and the Katarina. Man, he was absolutely chaining them up, especially in some of those late game team fights. Boy, very, very, very impressed. Spleeve can't engages. Elliot being able to come from behind, being put behind early, and actually really, I can't move, like, doing a great job, even though he's quite often, fairly behind in CS. Obviously, he's, in terms of not as strong in lane as his opponent, but he's still finding ways to get kills, punish, overextending into the turret ranges, doing a great job, really. I feel like, we're going to see, if we see some reversion back to a quote-unquote more meta draft from Perifani, or if they're going to full send it with some cheesy stuff for Game 3, I suspect we'll see them get back to a little bit more of a traditional team comp and try and send it for the win. But we'll wait and see. We will wait and see. Hope you're all enjoying my first cast. It's not. I'm having a lot of fun, which is, I guess, the most important thing. But hopefully not too big of a departure from the norm.
No, absolutely not. I think the main thing here is everyone's just having a little bit of fun getting into these games. So everyone's enjoying the festivities, and we'll check out what's going on for this first drafting side. I will just cut over. We're just still waiting on one player. Probably needs a little bit of a cooldown after that crazy game.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it is. It is bordering on midnight here, so I'm running out of a little bit of energy. But
oh boy, yes.
I'm hoping that this draft is going to perk me up with some crazy picks.
So you're over in New Zealand, are you?
Yep, I am in Auckland right now, so
excellent.
A little bit ahead of you guys in the future right now. But we are on the same time zone for this game.
Looking forward to an absolute continuation of the skirmish heavy. Honestly, I feel like I'm watching. When you watch one of those fights where it's just like they just stand there and just absolutely wail into each other, and they're both like the commentators are sitting there going like, "How are either of these people standing?" I feel like that's basically what we've watched in this series so far between Perifani and Bogdan.
Yeah, and both of them have, especially in that last game, both of them have very great chins, They're just eating it and they're giving it back. The technique's not great, it's not all straight punches. It's a lot of bent elbows from the hip, They're
more heavyweight UFC. A little bit of the technique out the window.
I mean, if it's modern heavyweight UFC, that game would have been over at 7 to 10 minutes into the game, and they would have had hands on hips, breathing. But if it was, the glory days of the UFC, fully roided up beast men, then that's when the game goes a little bit longer.
True that. Well, we'll have to wait and see if we can get some technique out of Perifani with a more traditional draft, or if we're going to get some funky cheese coming out for Game 3, and maybe a if possible, very unlikely, maybe a cheeky level 1 shenanigans.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's goes without saying that there are going to be some cheeky shenanigans early game. It's whether or not, they both trade, because we saw it go very one-sided early game for the side of Bogdan, and they still couldn't get the win.
I was actually really pleased with how they got into a similar situation in game two. Getting that lead and then having that wouldn't say throw, but a bit of a letting Perifani back into the game, but they managed to keep their cool and turn it around, win some of those key team fights, and then slowly but surely close out the game. So props to Bogdan on that front for sure.
And we are just waiting for the team captain Elliot Sutton to get back from a quick break. And so we will see if they do get back in time. Maybe we have had Gero is in chat here. Is curious if Iran did airstrike Elliot Sutton's house after that game. I'm not sure about the legitimacy of that claim from Gero, but I'm not going to say he's not got the good intel.
We'll have to wait until the next Trump press conference. So we'll have to wait with bated breath. So, Grunky, what are we looking forward to? Match 3, decider, Bogdan, Perifani. What are you looking for out of both of these teams? What are you looking for out of Bogdan? What are you looking for out of Perry?
First, I would definitely I'm looking for the game to start. That would be a really good first sequence of events. Second, yeah, I liked the drafting from Bogdan in that game too a lot. They covered a lot of bases. They said, look, we're just going to have a very beefy front line and then a lot of upfront damage. We got the Jin, we got the LeBlanc. We're going to be able to deal with these DPS threats while also being able to just sit in the fight for an extended period. And we are just having a little bit of trouble tracking down Elliot Sutton. He has gone missing.
Oh, bummer.
They are asking for me to substitute in for game 3.
Alrighty, well, sounds like it's going to be a solo cast for me then.
We will see.
Got missing as in like...
he's just... even his team is like, we don't know where he's gone.
Oh, boy.
Oh no, the Cinderella story is coming unfolded from who knows what. Could be anything right now. Could maybe the rumors are true.
Well, I did just see that they did unclassify a few videos from the strikes in Iran, so I guess we can go and have a look and see if any of those did go towards Elliot's house, but hopefully he's all good and can either get him back shortly, or we're going to see some of your pocket picks come out, mate, Grunky.
I know, I've just issued the challenge to not ban my Carthus bot lane.
Oof. All right.
Okay, he's coming.
Oh, that's good. I reckon that's that would be the best outcome. I reckon he's definitely had his moments in game 1, but he's played very, very well across both of the games. Obviously, racking up a whole bunch of kills, but it'd be a shame if he wasn't able to participate in the decider.
I think this game, just having a think, so 2 really strong ADCs that he's on off the table. He does play the Israel as well, so I think last game they should try and get that mage bot lane, like a Brand or Hui or something like that. And then I'm hoping that Spleeve has like a nice AD champion that they can lean on, that they can try and pick. So yeah, that could be the way that this game ends up. I'm really hoping, that they flex into that, because I think that Elliot Sutton's mage bot lane work is quite good, and it does garner quite a lot of respect, and it's able to round out the team comps a little bit more. But we're game 3 in a fearless draft, so a lot of big picks are off the board. We're missing that Pike, we're missing that Katarina that the side of Bogdan really do enjoy. Alex Sutton has joined the lobby, so we will be able to start the draft any moment now.
Excellent take.
And yeah, things like the Wukong, the Zac, the Jarvan off the table, the Jax off the table. So all of these really strong picks. The Kaiser's also gone.
I think even the Tristana would have been, let's take your hypothetical of Elliot jumping on one of the APCs. Tristana obviously would have been a great mid pick for Spleef to round out the team comp, but obviously that's off the table as well. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they go with from a team comp perspective. But I'm very partial to a Xerath mage bot, so we'll see if that's something that Elliot can pick out of his back pocket. But yeah, what about on the side of Perifani? What are you looking for from them?
Perifani, I think they definitely still have the edge in terms of finishing and finishing this off. As we are jumping into draft, we will swap over to that draft
beauty
screen now, so you can see that. Is that all on your screen for you as well?
Yeah. I've got it there. Yeah.
Beautiful, sweet. So there is the Jinx and the Nami band. So they're focusing on these bot lane bands. Perifani putting some respect on Spleef's name, getting rid of that Syndra. I do know this. It's one of Spleef's picks as well as the Syndra. The Urgot taking away from I Can't Move, who is that's one of his main champs that he likes to run. So lots of respect going down, lots of ADC bans. So this might be a brand angle for Bogdan, as they're getting rid of a lot of these ADCs that just outscale the brand. So what will they pick first? I'd say they're going to try and get a pretty decent support pretty quickly, because there's not too many left that that he plays in the bot lane.
Time is winding down and we haven't even... Oh, there we go. You called it. Here comes the brand.
The brand is unleashed in the bot lane.
Now we don't know 100%, especially going from last game's draft on the Perifani side, where that's going. But I think it sounds very likely from what you were saying that that's going to be...
Yeah, Elliot does play it in the bot lane. It would be a really cool flex to chuck it in the jungle, because that would just absolutely throw a spanner in the works. But Pantheon is always a good pick at punishing immobile things like that. The brand is going to be shoving out the lane quite heavily, so there will always be a position for this Pantheon Grand Skyfall, and followed up with the Ahri. So that's a nice sort of 1-2 combo. Heaps of mobility, really good single target CC. As a brand, you're going to be pretty scared about that. The Kiana coming through, Spleef might be pulling this one into the mid lane. I was
going to say that might be the AD pick of choice. It sounds like it matches his playstyle from the last couple of games as well, and obviously these are the first 2 games that I'm seeing of Spleef. But pulling out the Katarina and the LeBlanc, Kiana fits with that playstyle, so I'd hazard a guess that would be going in the mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, Ahri right now, highest win rate mid laner and the highest play rate, so that's just a super strong pick. Probably not going to lose too many lanes with that. And the Croc is being unleashed as well, so it looks like that is going to be the top side for the side of Perifani. So it will be the Renekton top, Pantheon jungle, and Ahri mid. But I would also not be surprised if it was Pantheon support, as we did just see the Jarvan support coming out, and that's very much in the same vein as that as well. But the Renekton might be blind picked here. I think it potentially is, because I would assume it's a Volibear jungle and a Kiana mid. Could be Volley top, Kiana jungle, but I think the Kiana Claire right now is not as good.
Yeah, it's going to be the Yunara band coming out, so, and the Ornn taken away as well. Interested to see what these last 4 picks are going to be. And it'll be interesting to see if Perifani have clocked that Brand is likely to go in that bot lane.
I think they have it. I
Assuming.
think the Zaya and the Yanara bans
Yanara.
reflect that as well.
Targeted, right? Yeah.
And then it's also weird how Bogdan's banning top laners because
Top
there's a
laners, yeah.
Renekton.
Yeah,
a
that's a
Renekton
very-
pick, and you can't really chuck that anywhere. It's obviously Ari mid, and then it's going to be Renekton top. So those last two bans kind of going out of nowhere, so to say. Dr. Blue Liquor, hello, it is me, your teammate, X4N. I am casting this game.
So to see the Ashe come out for the bot lane pick in the Perifani side. So Ashe Pantheon can be quite a powerful lane if the Pantheon is indeed going.
There is still a Braum available, so they could keep the Panth in the jungle and go for that Braum. Braum's pretty decent into Alistar. A little bit of an oversight from Perifani not not banning that Alistar, as we do know that the side of... Oh, so it's going to be a Xin Zhao jungle, which means it will be a Kiana mid, Volibear top, and a Nico... Oh, I'm not too sure about the Nico support here. I think they need a little bit more...
Pantheon jungle. It's a bit of bouncy action in the top lane with Volibear going into Renekton.
Yeah, it's not a terrible lane for Volibear. I think Renekton typically will win the early levels, but the Volibear, gets to that break point. Depends if it's early dusk and dawn as well, and that'll just chew things up. But yeah, no, it's two very nice team comps. I think that this is going to be a banger for game 3. And if you're joining us late, you have missed out on Bogdan picking up their first game in the tournament in an absolute banger. About 63 kills going down, if I remember off the top
I think
of
it
my
was,
head.
in the end, it was 82 kills.
82 kills. So it's 82 kills. An absolute banger for the ages, which is an awesome bounce back from Bogdan after getting steamrolled in game 1. And now we're moving to game 3. We've got Elliot Sutton on his brand. And, it's a nice little team comp. There's not too much range on the side of Bogdan Prime. They are going to be in your face, trying to hit and get into melee range. There's a lot of, for the top side at least for Perifani, a lot of mobility. The Ari is able to get away pretty easily from these Kiana ganks. The Pantheon, has the stun, has the E, is going to be able to block a lot of damage in any of those early skirmishes. And then the Renekton, is just always a solid pick in that top lane.
So, Grunky, what are your win cons for both sides? What are you seeing from Bogdan and what are you seeing from Perry as their most important aspects to focus on this game?
Oh, it looks like we are in chat right now, and unfortunately, it looks like Elliot Sutton is facing what seems to be a medical emergency, and the game is being requested to be postponed. We will keep updating you. We'll see. It is up to the side of Perifani to decide on what they want to do going forward here.
Well, it's very unfortunate to hear. Hope everyone's all right on Elliot's side, but
it's obviously, first priority is Elliot Sutton and making sure that they are all right and everything is okay with them. But we will see. I will keep everyone updated on how this is unfolding. I think the two coaches are just talking to each other. Can this guy's play? Me?
it depends. Are you going to have to pilot the brand or?
There.
A bit of a unique situation developing here, but oh boy.
We are happy to play with him and same draft or you guys FF.
Oh boy. Getting put to the sword, Grunky.
Oh no.
You're gonna have to put on the fingerless gloves and get to it, or
No, it looks like Elliot needs one of his teammates to drive him to the hospital. Unfortunately,
Oh shit.
So we need 2 subs.
Oh well. If you want to go castless, I mean, we can do a bot lane duo.
So we'll go down as an FF for this game 3. Unfortunately, Bogdan having to surrender due to a medical emergency. First off, thoughts, and I hope everything is safe on the side of Elliot Sutton. Unfortunate way to end the game as it was just heating up. Both these drafts were going really well. Was hoping we could get a postpone just to see how this one unfolded, but unfortunately, it is a serious matter. And remember, no matter what, guys, if something is happening medically or anything that is important, league always comes second. You know, this league is a for fun league. The stakes are not that high, so make sure you're looking after yourself and you're staying safe and those around you as well. Unfortunately, this game is not going to go through, but thanks for all the teams for giving us 2 really awesome games to cast. Unfortunately, we cannot see the result of this one, but that is not the end of the journey for Bogdan. They have got 2 weeks left of games. I think this unfortunately means they are out of playoff contention with this loss. Perifani still in position to be able to get into playoffs with a big streak of wins here. They'll have to defeat the undefeated team, Gmao, who is versing another team in the bracket fashionably late on Monday. And if all that goes to plan, then potentially Perifani might make it in.
Yes, unfortunate end to the series. Hope everything is all good. Thoughts and prayers with Elliot and the situation he's in. But thanks very much, everyone, for joining, and thank you for joining for my very first cast. It's been an absolute pleasure. And hopefully we can run this game back with this same draft at some point in a non-official capacity, just in a purely for fun capacity. That it might be a fun way to do that if it's able to be organized. But Grunky, it's been a pleasure, mate. Thank you very much for welcoming me in for my first cast as well. And it's been great fun, besides my robotic escapades occasionally. Unfortunately, we might have to invest in a new headset on that front. But
it's all good. It adds a little bit of character to the stream. But no, thank you for joining me here today. It was an awesome first cast. Great way to get some good League of Legends action and introduce you to the league. We are close to playoffs, so all these matchups will be hot. So make sure if you're watching the stream tonight, stick around. Stick around, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you're following all of the games to come, because it's gonna get very spicy. And it'll be a really good time to get involved and watch these games. And then if you want to jump in and play in the league, Split 2 will be starting around halfway through this year. So keep involved, follow the socials, keep up to date, and make sure everyone sends their love and their healing energy over to Elliot Sutton from Bogdan Prime. But that is us from the caster booths here in New Zealand and over there in Sydney. We hope everyone has a great rest of their night, and if you've been watching us all night, make sure you go watch the replay for the LCK. I'm sure it was a banger, and we've got First Stand coming up very shortly as well, so lots of good league action to sink our teeth into.
Indeed. Thank you very much, Caster Grunky. Caster Kwan here, signing off.